Information fueled,
opinion driven. This is Nashville's Morning News with Dan Mandis.
And so, my fellow Americans,
we talk news.
7:06 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Good morning to you, friends. Dan Mandis here along with Johnny B, Joan Jones for your Monday, December 16th. We did a deep dive into the drones in the previous hour. There was one question. Now, basically, the government still has no clue. Still has no clue. One of the, if I may, there's one audio bite that I didn't play. A lot of people join us like right at the top of every hour. And so there was one audio bite that I did not play. But the question was a response. They're asking Alejandro Mayorkas. And again, if you missed the whole thing, they still don't know. They're not really doing anything. There are rumors that the drones are ours and looking for a lost nuclear warhead. And so there's a lot of information that I threw at you in the previous hour, and there's other things that I want to get to. But I will tell you this, that they did ask Alejandro Mayorkas about Donald Trump and what Trump said about these drones. And so you had Alejandro Mayorkas, and he was on with George Stephanopoulos.
President-elect Trump has put out a post on this. I want to put it up on the screen right now. He says, mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know and now, otherwise shoot them down. Your response?
We are aware of the drone sightings, as I've said. I think there are more than 8,000 drones flown every day in the United States.
This is what drives me so crazy. Nobody's denying that there's 8,000 drones flying around in the United States. What people want to know is, why is it that there are SUV-sized drones flying over our military bases? And at times grounding our airplanes. We're talking in the last hour. Our airplanes, F-22 Raptors, were grounded, according to the Wall Street Journal, for 17 days. 17 days, our military airplanes were shut down. So this babbling dolt, Alejandro Mayorkas, who just doesn't have anything to offer or say, tells us that there's 8,000 drones that are flying across America daily. Thanks, Alejandro, but can you maybe get a little bit more specific? Maybe the big ones grounding our military airplanes? Maybe step on the clue bus? Alejandro?
With respect to the ability to incapacitate those drones, we are limited in our authorities. We have certain agencies within the Department of Homeland Security that can do that, and outside our department. But we need those authorities expanded as well.
Can I ask a question? So how long have we been dealing with these UAPs, right? Because over the last several years, I mean, this goes back to when Brian was in the mornings, and that's been over 3 years ago, right? Because I took over 3 years ago. We were talking about UAPs and messing with our aircraft. And so even back then, we were talking about UAPs. And so Mayorkas, and yeah, this goes back to Trump too. So our federal government needs to figure out what the heck is the protocol if drones start messing with us. That's what they need to figure out. And it's almost like they just don't understand. I just personally believe that they're not telling us anything. I've got CNN on here in the studio. You've got, I think that's Richard Blumenthal, Connecticut, a Democrat senator. And he is on there saying, I'm paraphrasing, I don't know what the hell is wrong with the Biden administration. They can't figure this out. They can't get tough. And that's a big issue. Now, a couple of other things. I know that you've been curious about Mitt Romney and who exactly Mitt Romney believes will be leading the Republican Party in 2028. You know what's going on? I'm going to play you this audio, but I'm going to tell you the bottom line, what's going on. Mitt Romney is kissing the ring. That's what's going on. Mitt Romney, I'd be willing to bet that Romney's looking for a place in the administration. He was on with Jay Tapper. Listen.
Do you still think there's going to be a post-Trump Republican Party, or is MAGA now the Republican Party?
Oh, MAGA is the Republican Party, and Donald Trump is the Republican Party today. And if you were to ask me who the nominee will be in 2028, I think it'll be J.D. Vance, all right? He's smart, well-spoken, part of the MAGA movement.
You said something.
Listen to what happens here. This is proof positive that Mitt Romney realizes that his serious case of TDS basically killed his political career.
Smart, well-spoken, part of the MAGA movement.
You said something pretty harsh about him a few months ago, though. You could not have less respect for somebody than J.D.
Long ago. I'm not going to rehash history. And
long ago. It was a couple of months ago, man. Anybody else think that Mitt Romney is looking for a place in the Trump administration? Oh, that was JD. That's a long time ago. Couple months? Really? And you could tell his body language like stiffened up, and he kind of waved his hands like, what I said a couple of months ago.
I was younger then.
I was younger then. I've been red-pilled now. The only thing that has changed between a couple of months ago and now is that Donald Trump won. You're shocked, Mitt Romney. You're shocked, and you're trying to remain relevant by getting a spot within the Trump administration.
You said something pretty harsh about him a few months ago, though. You could not have less respect for somebody than J.D.
Long ago. I'm not going to rehash history, and we've worked together in the Senate since then. But I that is what the Republican Party is. And will the party need to change? Look, the Republican Party has become the party of the working class, middle class voter, and you've got to give Donald Trump credit for having done that. Taken that away from the Democrats.
I don't really understand the premise of the question. When Jake Tapper said, will the Republican Party have to change after Donald Trump's second term? They still don't get it. I mean, they don't. They think that this is, it's all about the man. And no, it's not all about the man. It is about the principles. It is about legal immigration. It is about having a good economy. That's what it's about. And so for them to keep going down this road, it seems rather ridiculous. There was a, let me see if I can find this. There was a soundbite where they're talking about Donald Trump. And earlier I was talking about Kamala Harris and how she was at the DNC holiday party. That must have been a lot of fun. And Kamala Harris was actually speaking at the DNC holiday party, and I played this for you earlier.
We are not defeated.
And they are defeated. They have been just massively defeated. And so Lindy Lee was on Fox News. She is a Democrat mega donor. And she would disagree when Kamala Harris says,
we are not defeated.
Well, again, a mega donor would disagree with that notion.
I think, unfortunately, the Democratic Party has a stench of loser written all over the party, and I'm sorry, and I'm speaking as a Democrat myself. This brings me no joy to say it, but I feel like the Democrats are going to be consigned to the wilderness for at least the next 4 to 8 years.
Yeah. You know why the next 4 to 8 years? Because we're going to have 4 years of Donald Trump. And listen, just so we're clear, I am not out here saying that gasoline is going to be $1 and you can buy a loaf of bread for $0.25. I'm not saying that. Even Donald Trump, you got all these people on the left. Donald Trump said, I don't even know where it was, but Donald Trump said that he cannot guarantee how low prices will go or whether or not they'll even go lower. He said, I can't guarantee anything. There's a lot of different things at play. And the left is like, aha. It's like, no, that's not an aha moment. So there's a number of things that happened during the Biden administration. And so for all the left to say, aha, Donald Trump is saying that he can't guarantee that prices are going to go down. And I don't know where he said it. I don't even remember. But that's not an aha moment. That's what Donald Trump said that his goal is. But here's the point. The point is with the Biden administration, they ignored the problems that the American people were having, the problems that you and I and Johnny and Joan and all of us were having with the economy and the prices of stuff. So there's nothing more infuriating. And I was in management for like over 30 years. Felt like 90, especially around here. Moving on. So there's people who want to fix things, and then there's people that will deny that there's a problem. The Biden administration, they denied there was a problem for a long time on those two big issues, right? Inflation and illegal immigration. They literally denied that there were problems. That's why they lost. And by the time they finally admitted that the American people were hurting, it was too late. Donald Trump has admitted there's a problem. He has a stated goal, and he has said how he wants to fix it. That's his point. And by the way, when you have such a slim majority in the House of Representatives, then it might be tougher than he realizes to get some of his legislation done. So that's part of what's going on. But for, but for the former president, soon to be current president, I mean, listen, I think that he's got his work cut out for him. Nobody is saying this is going to be easy. Nobody is saying that this is going to be easy at all. It's actually going to be really difficult. But the bottom line for all of us, the American people, they voted for accountability. That is absolutely what they voted for. And one of the things that I thought was interesting, just talking about this DNC holiday party, I'm going to play you a piece of audio. Hold on real quick. Can I do this? Yeah, I'm going to play you a piece of audio real quick. This goes right along with what I'm saying. This is Joe Biden and a lack of accountability. This is why you lost, you brain dead numbskull.
The one thing I've always believed about public service, and especially about the presidency, is the importance of asking yourself, have we left the country better shape than we found it? Today, I can say with every fiber of my being, with all my heart, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. But one thing
So Joe Biden says that he left our country better than when he got it. Really? Is that, how do the Democrats say this with a straight face? And if I'm in the audience at the DNC holiday party, and I hear Joe Biden say,
the one thing I've always believed about public service, and especially about the presidency, is the importance of asking yourself, have we left the country better shape than we found it? Today, I can say with every fiber of my being, with all my heart, the answer to that question is a resounding yes.
Listen, I could sit here and I could spend an hour talking about the numbers of illegal aliens, crime in the streets, how from percentage standpoint and different, types of groceries and how high they've gone up. I could do all that, but I'm not even going to bother to insult your intelligence because you know that Joe Biden is lying. And so when Mitt Romney says, oh yeah, Jake Tapper is the Republican Party going to have to change after Donald Trump. No. Donald Trump has already set the table. He set the table 4 years ago. Then Joe Biden came in and he completely wrecked the table. And now Donald Trump has to come in and he's got to fix it. And I believe that he will. And when Mitt Romney said, well, J.D. Vance clearly is going to be the one to carry on Donald Trump's legacy, well, that makes all the sense in the world. So now we'll have to see ultimately if Mitt Romney, who clearly he's out there kissing Trump's behind, I think that tells me that Romney is trying to stay relevant in a Republican Party that has left him behind because he chose to be dumb and he chose to vote with the opposition. And I hope that Donald Trump does not give Mitt Romney a place in his administration. That would be really dumb.